Hi, I'm on day 70 now of NDT. I'm taking 2.5 grains. I've been on that for about 3 weeks now, so still obviously not sticking to protocol, but I just thought I don't know, as I'm getting up to the higher levels, I'm scared of rushing it. And so far so good, I don't feel too bad. And still, when I make the initial increase, I do tend to get some chest pains, but they're not excruciating, and I personally don't feel like they're connected to my heart, because they're kind of sort of little stabby pains, sort of, I don't know, random places. So I mean, it might be to do with that, it might be something completely different, but also my joints do tend to ache soon after the rise, so I'm thinking it probably is that. The reason I wanted to make the video today was because I was at a training course on attachment disorders in children, and it was very interesting, and it did I don't know, it did kind of answer a lot of questions for not just me but other people as well, thinking back to their childhood or experiences and things like that, or even about people that they've had in their lives who displayed different types of characteristics, different behaviours. Anyway, it was very interesting as well. There was a lady there, and she mentioned during the course that she'd been on, because we were talking about mental health issues, and she said that she suffered from depression. She'd been put on to medication, but really she wanted some sort of counselling, but it wasn't offered to her and she couldn't afford to pay it, and it basically wasn't an option with her GP. It was just, the GP didn't, it basically didn't give her that option to see somebody and put her straight onto medication. And there was just some other things that she said, and I don't know, when you get a feeling about somebody, or it might just be that now I'm obsessed that everybody's got hypothyroidism or some sort of thyroid disease, and I just see it everywhere, and instead of seeing dead people, yeah, I just see everyone now. I want to ask everybody, have you been checked? Have you been checked? And if you do get checked, don't trust the doctors. Anyway, so throughout the second half of the course, all I could think of was telling her, asking her had she been tested for a thyroid function, and also about, if she had her B12 tested, or her vitamin D tested, or her iron tested. And I was thinking, how do I do that without sounding like a complete crazy person? Going up to some random stranger that I've never met before, wasn't even on the same table as her, and I just thought, because I'm not, I'm friendly and I'm chatty, but things like that make me feel very awkward. And I just thought, I can't just leave it, because what if she has got a problem? What if she's got a problem? What if, like me and many other people, she's feeling really alone? What if she feels isolated and scared and doesn't know what's happening? Excuse me. I don't know what's with me. Excuse me. I just find it really sad that there's people, excuse me. Just think back to how I was feeling, and how dreadful I felt, and how alone I felt. And I hate the thought of anybody else feeling like that, because it's pretty rubbish. And to be honest with you, if you're looking at this video, you've either felt like that yourself, I imagine, or you know somebody else who's felt like it. and it's not a great place to be. So during the break I was thinking, I'll ask her now. I'll just say it now. How do I say it? How do I mean, how do you start that conversation? It's not like we're just having that conversation, or you know, it's not happening in the moment. And every time I went to go up to speak to her, somebody else would speak to her. Then I saw her go out of the room towards the toilets, and I went to follow her, and I thought, how creepy do you look following somebody to the toilet? So couldn't say it. And then at the end of the course, when everybody started to leave, I just thought, oh, how rubbish am I? I've missed my chance. But then as I finished packing my bag and I turned around, she was still there, and she was the only person still there. No wait, there were a couple of people there, but she was right next to me, and I just thought, well, that's meant to be. And so I sidled up to her and I was like, excuse me, you know, you said earlier about the depression and the medication. Oh, I don't mean, I was like bumbling through, feeling like a complete idiot. So I was saying to her, I was just wondering if you've ever had your thyroid tested, because I'd also mentioned earlier, because we were talking about how this stress, childhood stress, and things like attachment disorder and abusive home lives and you know, different things can affect one's health in adulthood. And I did read somewhere about a connection between hypothyroidism and prolonged childhood stress. Now, a few people I say talked to, it's been online, same sort of thing anyway, seem to have very similar childhood experiences. You know, not that great. Things happen. And you know, some people live in stressful situations. And so yeah, so, and you know, and these people have also got hypothyroidism. So, you know, they kind of, oh, what's the word? Do you know, that sort of linked in with what I'd read about the connection. And so, sorry, do you know what, I don't know, I've had a really good day today, but I'm starting to feel a little bit tired, so I'm getting a bit garbled, so I'm sorry. So I mentioned to her, I just said to her, had she had her bloods tested? And she said no. I said, so she's not had a B12 tested, or a D3, or a thyroid, or a ferritin? And she was like, no. And she didn't look at me like I was a lunatic, which was really nice. And I was saying to her, it's just that from what she was saying, I said to her I had hypothyroidism, and some of the things she mentioned rang a bell with me because it was how I felt. But what I'd found after getting my bloods checked is that my B12 was down, D3 was down, ferritin was down, and when I looked into those things, some of the symptoms that went with those things were anxiousness, depression, cognitive ability was impaired, do you know, like chronic fatigue, you know, like, as you know, the list will go on. And she was really surprised, and she didn't know any of that, and the doctor hadn't talked to her about it. And I was just saying to her, I mean, the thing is, you know, it could well be that she is depressed, and if she suffered before from depression, it could well be. But my point is that so many people that I've heard of or talked to have already also been told by their doctor when they've gone in to see them with things like feeling extremely tired, lethargic, no drive, feelings of depression. I was extremely fed up. I have suffered from depression before, and this wasn't like that. It was different, and I just felt sick and tired of everything, just feeling like I did. And as I was talking to her, she was saying things like, yeah, I felt like that. And another thing was, she said, I just felt like I was going mad. And I said, yeah, so did I. And I think it was also, for me, it was like waking up with Alzheimer's, and she totally got it. That, you know, one day I was a bit dopey, but fine and capable and efficient and professional, and then one day I seemed to wake up and struggle to fix myself breakfast, and everything I was saying to her seemed to ring a bell. And I don't know, she seemed happy to have talked to me. She didn't run away anyway. We swapped emails because I was thinking, you know, I didn't want to bombard her there. I don't want to bombard her anyway. I haven't got an awful lot to bombard her with, but as you know. But I just thought, well, the little bit I've learned and the sites that I've been on, the Facebook pages I've been on, I just thought, you know, if I could email those to her, and at least she won't be playing catch up, you know, at least some of the donkey work will have been done for her. I mean, like I say, it might not be, all her levels might be fine, and it might literally be down to depression and life stresses in general, and then that way, you know, hopefully the meds will work, and hopefully she'll get to speak to somebody. Because I think, like we were saying today, it's okay medicating children and adults, but you know, that's not exactly giving us the tools that we need to maintain or fix problems as they arise in life as we get older. And they do. Life throws a lot of people, you know, in an age where things you would think it would be more simple with all the technical gadgets and wizardry. It really isn't. And apparently Facebook is one of the most stressful things in people's lives. I'm kind of glad I've only got 11 people, and all those are my family. My nieces laugh at me for only having 11 people on Facebook and the fact that they're all family. But when my family is everything to me, and I miss them all the time, and I live miles and miles away from them, and my husband's miles and miles away from his family. So Facebook is a way for us to keep connected. You know, just sending photographs, seeing them growing up, having a joke here and there. It's just nice. I'm not particularly interested in, but the whole thought of having thousands of friends terrifies me, because I feel guilty if I haven't kept up with, you know, the few friends I've got. The thought of the guilt that comes with trying to maintain any sort of friendship with even tens of people, let alone like hundreds or thousands of people like some people have on their Facebook pages. So I'm quite happy with not being too popular, I think. So anyway, I swapped details, gave her you know, the name of the Facebook page, Facebook group that I'm on, for thyroid patients only. And even though she hasn't got a diagnosis as yet, at least if she was able to go on there, there's people way more experienced than I am, with a lot more knowledge that could help her, or at least give her the questions that she should ask the doctor. So that made me feel, it was like a kind of sad and happy day today, because it you know, the topic of the course was pretty sad, and then to, you know, I mean, how many other people in, I mean, there must have been about 50 plus people on the course, and you know, I'm sure she and I weren't the only ones going through something at the moment. Just makes me feel sad how many people are walking around feeling lonely, feeling ill, and feeling like they've got nobody to turn to. So hopefully, maybe I might have started something, and hope she'll feel better soon. Oh, I know. What else I was going to say was, because I haven't done a video for a little while, because I'm not only rubbish at the actual videoing of the videos, but just keeping track of when I've done them and when I haven't done them, or just motivating myself to do them, or just finding the time to do them, to be honest. But I was going to say, I haven't been too bad since Monday, but for the previous 2.5 weeks, I've been really bad at remembering to take my meds, and especially the B12 and the tablets that go with that, and the D3 and the vitamin K. And do you know what? It only just occurred to me yesterday that I've been really struggling speaking. I've been struggling speaking again. My memory is, I don't know, noticeably different. I'm not for the positive. Struggling to remember things, struggling to remember words again, saying ridiculous things that make no sense. Just stupid things like that. And then I realised that it's been since I've been forgetting to take those vitamins. And also for 3 days last week I forgot to take my last half dose of NDT. So I'm actually wondering, I'm actually thinking, gosh, how many times can I say actually? I'm thinking that the vitamins must be playing a big part in getting better, and I really need to not forget them and to take them. I've got to say, it does make me feel a little bit fed up, the thought of taking them forever. Perhaps I won't have to take them forever, I guess we'll see. But anyway, I definitely have noticed a difference since I've been forgetting to take them literally every day for about 2.5 weeks. And I'm about to run out of quite a few of them, and I promised myself that wouldn't happen, but it is in a few days, so even if I ordered them today, they're not going to come in time. So I really need to get more organised. Well, that's it for today. I'll say good night. Take care. Bye.